Hey guys, welcome back to markdillon.com. It's been quite a while since I've gotten to chat with you and answer your questions. And if you're curious as to what I've been up to, I'll be glad to tell you. After the election, I went to San Francisco for about 6 weeks or so just to relax and soak up that liberal progressive energy because, well, the election's results were not unexpected, at least to me. Um, they were very disturbing and upsetting. I got tired of hearing uh, the idiots who supported Trump. So I went to San Francisco and just relaxed there, where it was you had to look far and wide to find a Trump supporter. Now, after that, I went home to Mississippi to visit my family. Um, Unfortunately, there's a lot of Trump supporters there. Not in my family, thank goodness. But I saw my sister and my nieces and nephews, which was very nice, and brother-in-law. Then I went to Florida. I got a great hotel right on the beach and just relaxed before my cruise. Took a cruise through the Caribbean with a friend of mine, which was very nice. The cruise was amazing, thanks in large part to the show I saw, Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Uh, just a really good show. I actually ended up seeing it 3 times, twice right in the front row. I got to meet some of the cast and hang out with them, which was very nice. And then, by the way, there are some very, very cute guys in that show. If you're on Norwegian and you have the chance to see Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, there'll be some eye candy in there too for you, in addition to the great show. Now, after that, I hung out in Florida for a little bit longer. I'm in Boston now. Got a great view of the Back Bay. Very, very nice on the high floor. Just kind of relaxing, getting ready to go to New York for about 2 months. So here's a tip for you if you guys like Boston and you don't mind the cold weather. The hotel rates are super cheap in the winter. So I always stop through on my way to New York and just relax for a few days. You can get some very, very nice hotels at a very good price. What else? What else has been going on? Oh, yeah. The one thing that I really, really need to tell you guys and just say thank you for is some of you have been contributing to my YouTube fan funding, uh, which I set up about I don't know, a year ago or so. Thanks to the advice of one of my friends, he said, "Oh, you should put the fan funding thing on your channel." And I've never mentioned it on here, never asked for anything. And I kind of just forgot about it. So I finally checked the silly account, and apparently quite a few of you have made contributions, going all the way back almost a year now. So believe me, had I been checking and had I seen those, I would have said thank you much sooner. So I really do appreciate that. It's very flattering that you guys enjoy my channel enough that you want to support it, with a contribution. But please don't in any way feel that that's something I expect you to do or, am even going to encourage you to do. But for those of you who did, thank you very much. And I'm really sorry that I haven't acknowledged you sooner. I just had not thought about, I had not checked. I didn't. I honestly didn't think anybody would contribute to the damn thing. I told one of my friends. I said, you'll never believe this, but some people had actually contributed to my YouTube channel, and he said it's proof that a lot of people have more money than sense. I couldn't help but laugh at that. So thank you guys. Now, I'm a little rusty here, so let's get to this question, which is from Tom. He says, "Dear Mark, I finally worked up the nerve to email you, and I hope you can give me some advice. A couple weeks ago, I noticed the Grindr app on my boyfriend's phone. We have been monogamous for a year now, something we both agreed to. I was really upset and asked him about it. First, he said he must have forgotten to delete it, but I knew that was a lie because I hadn't seen it on his phone recently. Then he finally admitted he downloaded it because he likes sexting more than porn, but he said he hasn't met up with anyone. It really bothers me because I'm not sure if that's true, and it makes me question the times that he stayed at the gym too long or came home late from work, etc. He got upset with me for not trusting him. I don't know what to do. Do you have any advice? All right, Tom. Well, first of all, I just have to say the old "you don't trust me, so now I'm going to get upset" is the oldest line in the book when somebody gets caught, doing something suspicious related to cheating. Oh, I can't believe you would accuse me. How could you not trust me? Blah, blah, blah. I mean, that is probably the single most commonly used defense for a cheater or a suspected cheater. Now, um, okay, so I don't want to bust your bubble, your hope bubble, but the chances of him having downloaded Grindr just for sexting are slim to none. But let's assume that he just downloaded it to chat with guys, and that's what does it for him. Which, by the way, is another very, very common excuse when somebody gets caught sending messages they shouldn't be sending. Oh, I would never meet up. It just turns me on to chat with people, yada, yada, yada. But even if that's the case, when you're doing it with Grindr and you're talking to people who are in a very close proximity to you, the temptation is just too great. Why take the chance? If you're in a monogamous relationship, do not get on Grindr. Period. When you get yourself all worked up and you know the person is a mile from you, the odds of something happening dramatically increase. So I would tell him, even if it's just for sexting, it's unacceptable. But having Grindr on your phone and saying it's not for a hookup is a bit like finding somebody with a crack pipe and they just say, "No, no, I'm not a crackhead. It just helps me keep the house warm." I mean, that it's a really bad excuse to say you're just using Grindr to sext with someone. The chances of that being true are probably slim to none. So I would, whatever you decide to do, I would proceed based on the assumption that he was looking to cheat on you or has cheated on you. That doesn't mean that he has, but certainly he was open to the opportunity, in my opinion. And listen, does every case of cheating merit, breaking up with someone? No. Sometimes there are unique dynamics or some sort of unique situation in the relationship where not that the cheating was uh, justifiable or excusable, but that you can at least understand why it happened and then try to repair your relationship. Now, if the person is a serial cheater, there's very little chance you can make that work unless you just decide to have an open relationship. And by the way, you can't unilaterally make a relationship open. If he agreed to be monogamous, that's a commitment he needs to keep. Otherwise you guys need to renegotiate the terms of your relationship, or go your separate ways. But since I don't know the history of your relationship or the dynamic or any of that, I'm not going to advise you as to whether or not you should leave him. But you should certainly proceed based on the assumption that he, was going to or may have cheated on you. Maybe I would have a conversation with him and say, "Listen, I am going to give you a chance to come clean with whatever you may have done, and we can talk about it. We can work it out. If you're not happy, being in a monogamous relationship, or if you're not satisfied sexually, or whatever it may be, we really need to talk about that and see if we can, make this thing work. But if you don't tell me the truth and I find out about it some other way, we're done." So I might have that conversation with him. Um, Tom, I really believe that people can avoid a great number of the problems that they have in life if they just look at the situation for what it is. Don't look at a situation based on what you hope it should be or what you want it to be or the best case scenario. Look at the situation for what it is and be objective. Ask yourself, if I were somebody else, uh, if I had, or a better way to do it, if I had a close friend or I had a brother or a sister come to me with this exact same situation, what kind of advice would I give them? And my guess is you would tell this person, obviously your boyfriend's cheating on you. Come on, don't be stupid. So don't don't let your own emotions cause you to do some mental gymnastics to convince yourself that the situation is anything other than what it obviously is. So there you go. It's kind of like when I was in business long before I got into the crazy adult world. I was always I was generous, reasonably understanding, and tried to be negotiable with people. But if I saw evidence of cheating, excuse me, of lying, of stealing, that's it. We're not having this conversation. I'm not going to let you weave construe some crazy story together to convince me that the evidence at hand is just is not obvious. So, when it came to stealing and lying, I had very little sympathy or very little desire to hear the sad story that goes along with that. So I think the same should be true in relationships. If it becomes obvious that somebody is lying to you, that they're cheating on you, don't let yourself be victim to the old sad story routine. You have a duty to look out for your own emotional well-being and happiness. So don't be anybody's doormat. You need to confront this head on. So I hope this helps you, Tom. Guys, thanks for tuning in to my YouTube channel or watching this on markdillon.com. And to those of you who contributed to my fan funding thing on YouTube, thank you very much. That was very sweet and very much appreciated. So, see you guys next time because I have a lot of questions to get to.